Yeah, so tonight I had pie and mash, which is a staple diet for any self-respecting Englishman. To have proper pie and mash for someone from London, you would have liquor with it, which is you normally have jellied eels as well, and they use the water that they stew the eels in and make a parsley sauce as it. But unfortunately, liquor in Thailand, or in Pattaya in particular, is as rare as rocking horse shit. So I had to have gravy, and you saw with the gravy I had mushy peas as well, which is kind of peas mashed up. I'm not really sure. Gravy and mushy peas, that's more of a northern thing. So for a Londoner, it's a little bit unsophisticated, to be honest. But your pie, minced meat with onion, there's lots of different pies you can get. You get them with steak and kidney, chicken and mushroom, minced beef. They're all good basically. Can't beat a good pie. But would have preferred it without gravy. But you've got to take what you can get. But it was a great pie though. And the mashed potato as well. Proper mash, made with raw potatoes. Not like you get powdered mash sometimes. School dinners. You used to get school dinners with powdered mash, which was disgusting. But that was proper mash, proper potatoes, very good. There's always lots of ups and downs in the Muay Thai scene, like in anything in life, but actually being an owner of a gym, you know, and certain things can make you very proud, which I've been fortunate to have in all the time of having a gym here. One of the real kind of proud moments, and that really gave me a buzz, we had a young kid at our gym, his name was, and this kid came from the south of Thailand, where my wife's father had the gym originally in the south, and he came from like 27 kilos as a young kid, and we built him up. Then he came up to Bangkok and he was fighting out the gym, and he was still quite young. I think he was about 15, 16, and he was around about maybe 100 pounds, 40 kilos, and he was starting to make a name for himself on the circuit around Bangkok. And he'd fought a kid called Jatugam Petrum Ruang from a gym in Pattaya, Petrum Ruang, and I think he fought him at Omnoi Stadium, and he fought him at another place, and he lost at Omnoi, and he beat him at this other stadium. And Jatugam is basically, he changed his name, Tawanchai BK Sanchai, so he went on to be a huge name. And anyway, this young kid of mine, he's beaten Jatugam or Tawanchai, and we're trying to get him onto the main stadiums now because he's just got that kind of size. And we had him fight once on a gear pet show at Lumpini, but it was kind of literally, oh Rob, have you got a boy this way? And last minute, and he was but he was at a disadvantage size-wise. He lost some points. He won a really good fight, but anyway, out of the blue, at the time at Songchai had two very, very strong young kids, Ginsan Lek, Torlak Song, and another kid called Leung Sak Noi Sitniway. Leung Sak Noi was about 21, but he kind of like, he hadn't grown, or he got to a certain age and he stopped growing, so he was still only about 100 pounds, you know. But these two kids, Ginsan Lek, they were a really big name. Oh, he's going to be a superstar. Leung Sak Noi was a great name. Southern Thailand champion already, had a load of fights. He was like 21, so I've got a call one morning, and it was from a guy called Tape, who's one of Songchai's matchmakers and Songchai team. He said, oh Robert, you've got this kid, Dengren guy, is he any good? I said, oh, he's beat Jatugam. Oh really? Oh right. Would he fight Leung Sak Noi or Ginsan Lek? I said, well, we think we could beat him. We're looking to get a fight for him, you know, at that level. And he's kind of, would he be all right though? And they're always worried that they're going to match a fight and it's not close. And they've never heard of this kid. And kind of, you know, is he going to get outclassed and I'm going to look stupid and get in trouble? Songchai's going to have a go at me. But anyway, so we've agreed to a fight, and either of these two, and he's called me back, right, he's going to fight Leung Sak Noi, and we give him a bit of a weight advantage because he's new. And there's always a bit of like being a Westerner, having a gym in Thailand, there's kind of like not looked down upon, but you know, oh yeah, what do you know about Muay Thai? And you know, and some of the guys, I know all the Muay Siam guys, and a lot of my friends, some of them, there's one guy in particular, he was always a little bit, oh yeah, who have you got, what box you got, you know, what are you doing the gym for, you know, you should stick to taking pictures or whatever. And anyway, this matchup's been announced, and I bumped into him at Lumpini about a week before. And there was one of the well-known gamblers there as well, and I kind of knew him. And he said, "Oh, your boy's fighting Rungsak Noya, yeah. Is he any good?" I said, "Oh, he beat Jatagam." He's like, "Oh, right." And this Muay Thai guy's like, "Oh, do you know who he's fighting? It's Rungsak Noya." You know, I said, "Yeah, well, we think you can beat him." "Yeah, it's Rungsak Noya. You do know Rungsak Noya, didn't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, we think we can beat him." Anyway, the night of the fight, and it was on a big one Songchai card, you know. I forget who was main event, it was maybe someone like Pakon, or, no, maybe not Pakon, but it was a real solid card, packed crowd at Ratchaman, and I think he was fight number 2. He's gone out there, and of course, you know, straight away you're a nervous wreck. How is he going to do? And he beat Rungsak Noya, and it just put on his brilliant performance. He's like one of those. He was a southpaw, classic technical femur, and he just caught him some beautiful counter shots. The crowd were going mad, and he got all the gamblers. "Oh mate, this young kid, he's brilliant, he's brilliant." And I remember clearly walking out around, and you know, you got Wrexham, and you got that walkway where you walk in, and the kind of gamblers are behind the fence behind that, and I'm kind of just walked out feeling like, yeah, this is brilliant. The whole gym was buzzing. You know, his trainer was like, "Yes, we got the win against the big name," you know, walking past, and all of a sudden this guy just grabbed my arm and dragged me up, and it was Tate, Songchai's boy, and he's like, "Where did this kid come from? How did he lose to the guy at Lumpini?" I said, "Oh no, he was a lot smaller." He's like, "Oh, wow, God, what? We found a gem here," and you know, straight away on Facebook there's all the Muay Thai pages, and the kind of the guys that would know, "Oh, Songchai's found another diamond," you know. And then the very next day my phone's rang again that morning, and straight away, it was one of the Songchai guys' numbers. I picked it up, and it's Songchai himself. So straight away he knows, and he's like, Robert, where did you get that boxer from? Make sure you look after him. Don't listen to anyone that tells you they want to buy him. Make sure you look after him. He's going to be a big star. He's going to be a big star." Boom. And then wait till you fight next. Boom. And that's it. And you know then when Songchai's calling you next day, you know, it's the greatest feeling in the world, because you're looking to, you know, produce good fighters, and that's what it's always been about for me. Not just having a gym, people coming and train there, but when you produce a fighter like that, it straight away like kind of shakes everyone up a little bit, and they think, "Well, where's this kid come from?" It's a great feeling. And anyway, moving on, you know, just talked about the real highs you can get having a gym in Thailand. Everyone thinks it's all like, "Oh, you've got a gym in Thailand, it must be the best thing ever." Times like that can be, but there can also be a lot of times where it goes the other way. And same thing with this kid, you know, fast forward in a couple of years, he's really made a name for himself. He's had some big fights, beaten some big names. And there's always, a lot of the Thai gym owners always tell you there's 4 things you need to worry about with boxers in Thailand: girls, motorbikes, drugs, family. And all these things can kind of crush your hopes, basically, you know. And we had that with the same kid. I mean, we fast forward, he's ranked number 1 at Ratchaman at 105 pounds. And all of a sudden, something's happened, and we don't really know what, you know, it just did. And his family's got in his head, and I think they've got the idea that they're going to kind of take advantage of things, and they wanted to move him on or whatever. I don't know where it started, but all of a sudden, one day someone said, "Oh, he's gone home, maybe he's not coming back. He's got a problem," and they kind of fabricated this story, and we're like, "What's that all about?" You know. And anyway, we find out, yeah, no, he said this and he said that. None of it was true, but they're looking for a way to kind of get out of his contract, and a few people have been talking to him. And you'll get that in Muay Thai, especially with the young kids that are really talented. Someone from outside that's maybe involved with a big gym or not ever, that thinks he can make a bit of money or take advantage, they'll get in the kid's head or the family's head and try and unsettle them. And it happened with him. And And it was literally, it was one of those things, you know, you always dream about. I said there, for me, it's always been about producing really good fighters and, you know, the real buzz out there, and maybe getting a fighter to become a champion. And literally, like the day after we found out that there's this situation's happened, another one of Songchai's guys has rung me, Robert, tell him to get ready. Yeah, his next fight, he's fighting for the Ratchaman title. And I'm like, and I don't know whether he said it or not, because normally I went, oh yeah, brilliant. I was going, oh right, okay, yeah, when, who's he fighting? And we're not sure yet, but we'll let you know, make sure he's training hard. And I'm just like, put the phone down, oh for fuck's sake, that's all I did. And as it transpired, you know, I ended up, I called his dad and I said, and he says, oh no, he's retiring, he doesn't want to fight anymore, he wants to go back to school. Well, we want you to sign his contract off, so he hasn't got a contract anymore. And I said, well yeah, you come up with X amount of money, and I said a large amount of money, and he went, oh no, we're not doing that. I said, no, he's retiring, he's not fighting anymore. He just wants to go back to school. And I said, well, if that's the case, we don't need to sign his contract off. And I just put the phone down. And it just went on and on and on, and eventually they had to concede, and we sold his contract to another gym. It was a good bit of money, but at the same time it was sad, because everyone at the gym, his trainer, my wife and family, put so much into this kid. It's, you know, it's a kick in the teeth, you know, but that's one of those things that happens in the sport, you know. And it doesn't just happen to me as a foreigner, it happens to loads of gyms, you know. People that want to earn a few quid, trainers that or guys that are involved in the sport that think, oh yeah, you get a lot of new gyms now that have got people, the owners have got a lot of money, and they're looking to kind of make a name for themselves quickly. So they'll buy fighters, you know, they'll buy the contracts out, and so they can gamble them or whatever. And there's a lot of people that look at that as to take advantage, you know, and that's probably what happened with this kid, you know. Guy that's thought, oh yeah, well if we can buy his contract out, I'll tell the gym that's going to buy him they want 500,000 baht. And I'll tell the gym that the boxer's at, we're going to give you 200,000. So he puts 300 or 200, whatever, in his pocket, and that's how it kind of works, you know. And they tried it with this kid, and the guy that was kind of trying to kind of act as a broker and trying to make a bit of money on the side, he was kind of he didn't realise we'd been talking to the gym directly as well, and he said, oh no, it's only a new gym, we can only afford to pay this much. I said, well I've just spoken to the owner's right hand man, and he said 500,000 baht. Oh no, you can't talk to him, you only got to talk to me, you don't talk to me. And that's kind of how the system works, you know, and it's just an unfortunate side to the sport that you have to be very careful with. And like I say, it doesn't just affect me as a gym because I'm a foreigner, it happens all the time, you know, unfortunately. But when you kind of put your heart and soul into it, you have these highs of like this boxer coming on the scene and just blowing everyone away, and oh yeah, we got a champion here, and next thing you know, something else comes along and it's all kind of turned on its head. So that's the negative side.